Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here, do a quick video, and send it to you guys about a story I referred to earlier. Just thought it'd be easier to do a video. Um, I got my Springboks on. They won the semifinals today, so they're on their way. So hopefully they'll win the whole World Cup again. Anyway, that was just a side note, but I wanted to let you guys know that since I got back, I have the data operator at my school, or she's one of our secretaries, basically keeps the books and things like that. Her name's Melanie, and she goes to church with me. And since I started school there, God's used me multiple times just to minister to her, show her love. But I've always noticed that she's had issues with pain and everything like that. So I told her a little bit of the stories of what happened to us while we were in South Africa, some of the things that we saw. And I decided that I decided that I would just step out by faith with her. And I asked her, I said, are you having any pain or anything? She said that her knee had been hurting her for weeks. And so this was on Friday 2 weeks ago, the Friday that we had gotten back, the week we had gotten back. And excuse me. And I said, well, let me pray for you. And I just took her hand and I just said, I'm going to just release the power of Jesus in you to heal you right now. And that's what I did. I just did that, and instantly the pain went away. And I said, well, why don't you get up and walk? And she walked about, about 5 feet or so, and 6 feet into the next room, because her office is right next to the next room. She turned around and she just started crying. She was like overwhelmed by the fact that she was immediately healed. And that was on a Friday, and she went through the entire weekend. And she said she had a little bit of pain one day. The day that I prayed for her, though, she said that she noticed immediately that the swelling was going down. Well, she still struggled with walking. Like you could see when she walked, she kind of walked with a little bit of a wobble. And I thought that maybe there was some misalignment of her hips, or maybe there was something wrong with her with her feet and everything like that. So I'd wanted to pray for her for days. So this past Friday, I decided, okay, I'm gonna pray for her. And she had told me that she felt like there was this strengthening going on in her knee. And so I prayed for her. I took her into the nurse's station, and I set her down in a chair, and I picked her feet up, and her feet were perfectly together. And I thought, well, that's odd. So I just started talking to her about it, and she said, yeah. She said, sometimes when I lay down on a chiropractor bed, and when I lay on the chiropractor bed, sometimes they'll show as being misaligned and everything, but when I picked them up, they weren't. So, she said that her ankle was part of the problem, and I noticed that her ankle was turned in, and when she walks, that was part of what her hobbling was she always had her ankle turned in. Well, I just prayed for her ankle to be strengthened and to be completely healed, and nothing happened immediately. And then I just asked her to stand against the wall. This is something I saw the Happy Hunters do like 30 years ago. So if you don't know who the Happy Hunters are, go look them up. They're pretty cool. But they were doing the whole leg extension thing, and praying for that for like 30 years ago. So it was nothing new that I had seen before. I'd seen it before. In other words, I saw it when I was like 18 and was marveled by it. But they also used to do something where they would sit somebody up against a wall flat and have them put their arms out. And a lot of times their arms would be different lengths. So I asked her to do that, and her hands were probably about this far apart. Her fingers were about that far apart, and I just held her hands. I didn't hold them like with grip them. I just held them in the palm of my hand, kind of like this, and I just commanded them to grow, and it instantly like went straight out, and her fingers were even, and she was just blown away. She was like, oh my God. She's like, they just moved, and I didn't do that. I didn't do anything. They just moved. I said, yeah, I know. And of course I'm blown away too. I'm just always amazed by these miracles. And so I was talking to her about it, and I said, she said, I feel like I've got this power going down the whole right side of my body. And so, of course, it was a God moment. It was kind of awesome and everything like that. Well, she texted me Friday night, and she said, I just wanted you to know that my sister had identified something wrong with my knee, and she said I had a cyst there. She said, it's gone. She's like, it's completely gone. The cyst is gone. And I was like, well, that's awesome. Praise God. It's completely gone. And then she sends me a text later, and she's like, I want you to know that there is a bone in my foot that I've never seen before. Now, that gets into the creative part. I have never witnessed this. I've never seen anything like this. And I was just, I'm just blown away. And I'm just super thankful at the opportunity to see this stuff activated at a different level in my life. I am so grateful for Brian and Angie and, just the whole team, the way you guys put things together and having this opportunity. And I am just wondering what's next. What am I going to see next? And I'm just going to keep praying for people. And I'm just going to keep seeing what happens to her, and I'll keep you guys updated. But I'm just blown away that she's having these creative miracles. And what's so neat is she feels like God called her to do evangelism a long time ago. So she doesn't have a whole lot of money. And so I'm going to start talking to her about maybe going on a trip with Brian and see if we can work on raising some funds and letting her go and have some experiences like this, because I think that would give her a new insight on what it looks like to do missions and do evangelism. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that update. Sorry it took so long. Couldn't type all that, but I wanted to share it, and I wanted to thank you guys just for being awesome, being willing. I was listening to John Wimber, and he said, you spell risk FAITH, which is a twist on what we usually say. But